All right, in the next few minutes, I'm going to demonstrate how to connect from server to client. From client to server and sending the variables through PHP to the MySQL database. First, I'm going to quickly introduce how to access to MySQL database. Okay. So what we're going to use is the PuTTY under the Programs Tools folder. I'm currently in Informatics Virtual Desktop. You should be able to see one folder, Program Tools. And then PuTTY is right here. And then you're going to put the domain as informatics.mercer.edu. .mercer.edu. So that's our Linux server, okay? And then say open, and then it will ask you for username. I'll just use user1 as our testing base and password. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once you get into the virtual Linux server, it will be looks like this, okay? So you have something add web server 2 and then $sign there. That means you're in, so you can list it. You don't need to do this, but you can see all the folders. Now, next step I want to do is I want to access to a database, MySQL database, and create a table. Each of you already been created a database name. So you're going to use the database name as your username. You know, each of you have the username as a database name. So what I'm going to do is log into my database. So it's going to be MySQL and -u as user. Then user1 is username. Your username and password would be same for your virtual desktop and MySQL. Okay, and then enter -p is for password, and then I put in password. Okay, so once you get successful login in MySQL, you will see MySQL and then great sign right here. And then I'm going to see what kind of database I have here in MySQL. I have two of them. One is information schema. That's coming with the MySQL database as a default. And then user1 would be the database I will be used for develop my capstone class. So what is user1? I mean, show table. Let's see what I have. I even don't know what I have there. So, oh, okay. Well, first I need to say use, like select the database I have to choose from the list. So I said use user1 database, and then it will switch to user1 database. Then I can see show user1, show tables. So I'm inside of the database of user1, and then here show tables. I have this many tables. I think this has come from the 332 class when I taught that. So let's get a testing table, maybe name that as let's see, table 1, maybe just for testing, or customer. I think they have a database called customer, so we can use customer. And then what is it? Okay, anyway, so I'm going to create a table. I can name anything, customer table. And then let's put each of the column or field name, and I guess you can say ID, customer ID. I'll just put ID there, and then put a integer, maybe 5 digits integer, and then the second one is name, etc. I can have more, bar chart as 20 characters. I hope that's enough. Let's see. Okay, so now the table is created. And if I want to see columns, from or in table in let's see, customer. Okay, so I can see, okay, I get two fields. One is ID, one is name. So actually I should put the primary key there. Let me drop the table. Customer. Okay, let me drop the table and recreate that. Primary key. I think I can put ID as primary. Oh. Oops. I've been kicked out from virtual desktop. Sorry, guys. This is different. Okay. Let me draw that on my book here, and I need to actually log into my other. Oh. So you can see we are still in the process. Okay, here we go. So that's ID as the primary key, and another. Oh, okay. So sorry. I think from here I need a comma. Okay, here we go. So now if we want to show columns, we can see the primary key is ID right here. Okay, so we have a table. Well, you can have multiple fields, like a customer table. You have a customer ID, and then you can have a expense, saving table. And for the Nancy, you have student, ID or user ID, and uploading files table. So I'm going to put this database on the side and then show you something I pre-created here for serving for this demo, because this demo only allows me to do 15 minutes. I'm already 8 minutes, so I'm going to show you a few things. You probably are pretty much familiar with this. So I'm going to open this in the text pad. You can see this is just an HTML file. Right here is HTML file. And then on the, it's not HTML, okay. So it's not indented correctly, but this is a form, okay. This is a form. And the form is clickable, is a field, field set. You can have, or you don't have to have those information. And then you want to let's see, customer ID. Okay, you want to put a customer ID. That's because we only have the name. So let me delete this. So the name, and then you can put an email. If you want to adding more field, then you put accordingly having those. So this is the name. You can name anything here, but this is going to be have to be essentially be consistent with the next file, which is a PHP file. So this is personal information or customer personal information. Personal information, right? We're going to save this. So what this form do is really just once we load it up to the server, it's going to be just a form, and then people can enter their ID, name, and then email, whatever you put. You know, this is just an input tags, really. So let me put this up to the server so we can see what that looks like. Okay. Ooh. All right, so this is nothing new. Is Chrome FTP. I connect you to the user one, and I go into the public underscore HTML. I just create a folder for 2019 spring demonstration. So this demo, the form is the one we just see. This is the form. And then what this showing you is here. I'm going to pull that out from the browser. And actually it's informatics. And then it's going to be user one because it's under. And then it's going to be form.php. Okay. Cannot be found. Okay. So let me see what's going on. Oh, because it's inside of 2019 spring. So I have two fields: customer name, ID, and name. So here, if I put in this, and if I click on add, so where it goes to, if you go back to review the code, then it will see, okay, the form start with form. And then once it's action, when I click on summation, the action goes to confirmation.php. Okay, so what is in confirmation PHP? I have 3 minutes for a recording, so I guess I have to record another video clips for completing this. Okay, but no worry. Okay, so I'm going to come here and show you what I created for confirmation PHP. This is just going to be key. Okay, so now your Windows. Horizontal, where to go? Okay, so this is form. Okay, I'm going to put this on top. Okay, the form we just used right here, and then accordingly, where the variable value going to be carried. So we name this tab. Okay, this is going to be a customer ID, and then you input is text, and then the name of this text, this slot would be ID. Okay, so basically, if you look at this, and here, whatever the variable is, the variable name would be ID, and this variable name would be name. Let's see, count that as name. Okay, so we count that actually as a first name, F name. That's okay. We can change it for name. Okay, if we want, or customer name. Yeah. So let's save that, and then accordingly here, we have to make sure this ID is being posted because the method is post. So it's like a pipe holding the variable value. So the pipe holding this ID's value will be assigned to local variable. In PHP, you can just say $ and then variable name, and then that's a variable. Okay, so similar to Python. So ID's value will be transferred to the local variable. And here, we don't have a first name anymore, so we're going to delete this. There will be name. Whatever name's value will be transferred of this name. we can call that app name. That's just local variables. Like I said, those two variables are not exist